Sports present coverage of high school girls basketball. Tonight, a great late conference matchup. The number 1 team in the state in Class 4A, the Hopkins Royals, hosting the number 2 team in 4A, the Wayzata Trojans. From the Lindbergh Center in Minnetonka, John Jacobson and Ryan Iverson. Ryan, a great matchup between these teams. We've seen a lot of them over the last couple of years. First meeting of this season. Last year, Hopkins beat Wayzata all 3 times they met. The only 3 losses the Trojans had all season.
Yeah, and it's one of those where you almost wish they were in different conferences, different sections, because I truly believe they are by far the 2 best teams. The problem is Hopkins isn't just the best team in the state, John. They're ranked as high as number 1 in the country by some publications. So just a ton of talent on the floor tonight, really, for both squads. A lot of Division I talent. Of course, Paige Bueckers, the top player in the country, but just really good coaches, really good fans, really good cultures. Really exciting to do this game tonight.
Wayzata comes in 14-1 on the season. Hopkins 15-0. They are riding a 47-game winning streak. That's the longest in the history of 4A basketball for girls in Minnesota. And so they've got a terrific team, as Ryan mentioned. Wayzata, although a 14-1 record, definitely the underdog. Hopkins has won all of their games by double digits. What is the path to victory if Wayzata is going to pull an upset here tonight?
Well, the key anytime you play Hopkins is you got to take care of the basketball. They force 26 turnovers a game. So it starts right there. That's 26 possessions. Thank you very much. That's 26 possessions that you're not getting a shot out of it. So if you can take care of the basketball, slow down, play a half-court game, you have a shot, because Wayzata is very good offensively. And on the flip side, defensively, I think you have to show Paige Bueckers and Hopkins different looks. You can't do the same thing. One thing that gets lost with Paige, obviously she's very talented, a great scorer, but she's very cerebral, very smart, and you got to give her different looks so that you confuse her, slow her down a little bit. If she knows what you're doing, she can attack you, and there's no one better in the country at doing that.
Let's look at our key players tonight. We're going to look at some post players tonight, starting with Wayzata, senior Annika Stewart.
Yeah, Annika Stewart, another one of those Division I talents, John, committed to Nebraska, and she's a phenomenal player. They need her to play big tonight. She's got to dominate the glass, and she's got to play big inside. I know she's a wonderful shooter, likes to go out to the perimeter, but I think her size can be a big advantage down low tonight. So that high-low that she likes to do with Jenna Johnson is going to be really critical to Wayzata's success tonight.
Hopkins has a lot of young talent, too. One of the players to watch for tonight, sophomore Maya Naji, a leading scorer and rebounder in their last 2 games.
Well, 18 and over 8 rebounds a game, so she's a high-level Division I player as well, and really, I think, has taken off from last year. We saw moments of greatness last year. Now she's sustaining it throughout the whole game. She's a dominant player, great footwork. Of course, her brother Zeke doing really well at Arizona, so it runs in the family, but pick your poison with Hopkins. They have so much depth, and Maya Naji really has played outstanding this year, and it's going to be a fun matchup, her and whoever's guarding her for Wayzata down low.
We had a 70-minute power outage here, but the lights are on, and we're ready to go for high school girls basketball tonight on CCX. Wayzata and Hopkins will tip it off in just a moment. Championship tradition here at Hopkins High School. The Royals tonight in girls basketball, the defending 4A champions taking on the Wayzata Trojans. We get ready to go with our late conference matchup. Paige Bueckers, how about her? What a great player, and how much fun it's been to watch her in her 6-year varsity career. Nearly 2,600 points, 6 more to get to 2,600 tonight.
Yeah, and I can remember doing games when she was in 8th grade and thinking, wow, she's got 5 more years of playing varsity basketball, but had a great career, got that state championship last year, and just adding on to it. And the thing that stands out, John, is they got great camaraderie. Sometimes when you have a star player, it can be difficult to be a teammate, but I think she makes it so seamless for her teammates, and it helps too when they're highly recruited and highly rated as well.
Let's look at the starters for tonight's game, starting with the visitors from Wayzata. The forwards, Jenna Johnson, a 6'2 junior, Annika Stewart, a 6'3 senior. The guards, Mara Braun, a 5'11 sophomore, Olivia Arnebeck, a 5'7 senior, and Abby Kraswinski, a 5'9" freshman. For the Hopkins Royals, forwards, Taylor Woodson, a 5'11 freshman, Maya Najee, a 6'4" sophomore. The guards, Paige Bueckers, a 6' senior, KK Adams, a 5'7" senior, and Nunu Agara, a 6'1" freshman.
I got bad news for the rest of the state. A lot of young players on this Hopkins team, so even when Paige Bueckers does graduate, they are still going to be loaded with talent.
There's Mike Schumacher, 11th year as head coach. Terrific program. Yep. 14-1 on the season, 2-0 in the Lake Conference so far here in 2019-2020. And on the other side, Brian Cosgriff, now 21st season as head coach, 15-0, 3-0 in the Lake. Number one in the state, and as Ryan mentioned, at least in one poll, number one in the nation, and three different national polls. They're in the top 5 in all three.
Yeah, and both of these coaches are not only great to work with, we enjoy talking to them, but both excellent coaches, and they've done a great job of building programs. And Hopkins with a sustained run of success, and Wayzata as well. Really two of the top elite programs in all of Minnesota. Fun to see them compete here tonight. I think the fans are fired up too, JJ.
Are. And we have the first possession of the game for the Wayzata Trojans. Arnebeck to Mara Braun. Jenna Johnson goes baseline, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Johnson.
Well, and I like to see that aggressiveness by Johnson, but a great job by Bueckers. Watch her come over on the weak side. And you can see she gets stand. That's a good call. Excellent help defense. And you could tell Coach Cosgriff was worried about defending Jenna Johnson. He was very fond of her, very complimentary of her as well.
Down low to Najee from Bueckers in a lot of traffic. Good shot, but didn't fall. Stewart rebounds. Braun hustles to the front court, now backs it off. Stewart looked at a three. Now will drive and traveled. Two turnovers on the first two possessions for Wayzata.
And really the key of the game, John, is taking care of the basketball. The thing that Hopkins does so well is they just speed you up because they're in your face. They're pressuring the heck out of the basketball. You got to slow down.
Lob to Bueckers, right side. Trying to go down low, and the pass intercepted. Good defense by Wayzata. Step in the passing lane on a pass intended for Taylor Woodson. Agara knocked it away, but Braun gets back to it for the Trojans.
Well, Agara only a ninth grader, but look how long she is, too.
Johnson, great move to the basket, but Najee gets down and blocks the shot. Now here's Agara. Yeah. She traveled. Turnover is even at 2 apiece.
Well, Agara is 6'1" as a guard, too. She's long. She's played great defense. And you can see transition offense for Hopkins. They are always so potent. So far, nothing in transition. Nice job by Wayzata getting back.
Arnebeck bringing it up against KK Adams. Hands it off to Kraswinski, and Arnebeck going baseline. Back out to Stewart, loose ball. Najee has it. Ahead to Woodson. Pull up in the lane. Back iron not good. And Johnson secures the rebound. Kraswinski front court. Braun on the baseline. Nice little dish off to Stewart. Turnaround shot. Around and in for the first points.
Well, and I think the key to Wayzata's offense tonight, believe it or not, John, is Maya Braun. And just the way she can handle pressure. You see her make the right play there. Nice pass over to Stewart, who gets that first one to fall.
Adams' three won't go. Stewart rebounds, and then missed completely on her outlet pass, and it's turned right back over to Hopkins.
See, nice drive baseline. See how under control. And I thought Braun last year as a freshman was really the most controlled player against Hopkins in those 3 matches. And I think she's got to have a big game. It doesn't mean she has to score, but she's got to control the offense for the Trojans.
Bueckers Two-point shot won't go. Rebounded by Stewart.
And already you're seeing Stewart control the boards defensively. Hopkins so good at offensive rebounds. Got to limit them to one shot. So far, nice job.
Braun to a slashing Johnson. Back out to Braun. Cuts through, then into the corner. Arnebeck for three. Won't go. Najee gets a long arm up and secures the rebound. Becker's front court. Find your player on the wing. Missed shot there by Adams. And then Agara trying to get an offensive rebound, commits the foul.
And you're seeing Hopkins just not getting anything here to fall early. And Wayzata, Arnebeck with a great look. Again, Braun with the nice drive and kick. Setting her teammates up. But when you're playing the number one team in the state, those are shots you got to make when you get those open looks. Got to knock them down.
Arnebeck able to inbound to Krzyzewski. Out between the circles, picks up her dribble, hands it off to Braun. Becker's right up on her. Stewart well defended by Najee. Stewart getting it back. Krzyzewski, a lob it for Johnson, trying to work on Woodson down low and scores.
You see her use her body. Great job that time. She's got a little bit of a height advantage there. She dropped that right shoulder, able to get a little bit of separation. And I think they got to go to Jenna Johnson all night long when she gets one-on-one down in the post like that.
Bueckers on the block. Woodson up and in. Hopkins has its first points.
And Woodson so talented too. It's still young, still getting her footwork and they're learning how to play in the post, but she's very, very talented down there.
Fouls on Adams. That's her second. Or for her first, rather, and the second team foul on Hopkins.
Yeah, the other thing with the Royals and their defense is they just never give you a second. They never give you a break, right? You're getting picked up full court always, constantly, so you can never relax. You can never, you got to know where your basketball is, know where people are. You got to slow down because they're going to be in your face, and they're going to be in your face for 90 feet.
Lydia Hay, number 15, 6-foot senior, and Jasmine Smiley, number 23, a 5'4" senior, into the lineup here for Wayzata. Braun getting it to Hay. Looking in for Stewart. Now Hay will drive. Double team, back out, Stewart. And she gets fouled on the drive. This will be on Najee.
Well, just the threat of her outside shot. You see her show the ball just for a second, John. Able to get Najee up in the air and then able to drive. And again, Annika Stewart, I think, a big part of that offense tonight, being aggressive.
Stewart to Braun, quick release jumper won't go. Rebound, Najee, outlets to Adams. Retry, well short by Najee and out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, and she's actually a very capable three-point shooter, shooting 50% on the year from three. Doesn't shoot a lot of them, but has knocked them down.
They get the inbound. Smiley now on the break for Wayzata. She'll take it all the way, a little out of control, and lost it out of bounds. Turnover Trojans.
And that's where, especially against size, John, is it's okay to pull up from 5 feet there. Take a little pull-up jumper instead of speeding you up again, and that's kind of what the Royals are known to make you do. But Smiley always brings great energy off the bench for the Trojans, doesn't she?
Yeah, no doubt. Braun gets in there, gets a steal, and Adams almost took it back on the pass intended for Johnson, out of bounds off of Adams. It'll stay with Wayzata.
I think one of the other keys in so far so good for Wayzata is how many times you see Hopkins right off the bat get a 10, 12, 14-point lead. They can score in bunches, so I think this kind of a start is great for Wayzata, keeping the score down low.
Johnson just missed off the glass. Bueckers rebound. How we played 5 minutes and still just a 4-2 game. Bueckers ties it up.
Well, such a great part of her game is that little mid-range, taking one or two dribbles, able to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Hay for three. Not good. Smiley's got the loose ball. Trojans Hang on to it. Back to Hay in the corner. Lobbing it for Stewart. Not good. Johnson.
Oh, nice.
Corrals the loose ball out to Braun for three.
Great hustle by Johnson, John. Able to tip that out. And Braun, she's just, I think she's an outstanding player. Feet set, able to knock it down.
7-4 Trojans. 12:25 to play first half. Top two teams in the state in Class 4A tonight on CCX. Agara into the lane, too strong off the glass. Off Najee and out. First substitution, for Hopkins coming in. You look at that last basket for Braun.
Well, the two components of that are, one is just the hustle by Johnson, but two, that's a good sign of a good player when you get your feet set. So all she had to do was catch and shoot, square it up, and she buried it. That's big for confidence on the road.
Johnson going to Hay. Stewart now will put it on the deck, puts the shot up. Not good. Almost had the rebound, but couldn't come down with it. Here's Bueckers. She'll take it all the way to the basket and score.
You got to pick her up. You can't let her get deep into the heart of the defense like that, either as a scorer or as a playmaker.
That pass missed. Trojans turn it over. Here's Bueckers again. Oh, what a pass to Najee. Couldn't finish. Second try is good.
What a great pass. Najee unable to get the finish. There's a foul on Paige Bueckers. I'll tell you, Najee, isn't she she's a quick leaper. Did you see her go up and get that follow-up really quickly? Very good footwork.
Arnebeck and Kraswinski back in for Wayzata. Elena Contreras came in at the last whistle for Hopkins. Stewart to inbound. Here, look at Bueckers. That no-look pass.
Pass,
the second try was good for Najee. Back to live action now. Trojans with the basketball. Johnson. A little trouble in the corner there. Goes through the lane and puts it up and in. How about that? The baseline drive and gets herself free in the paint.
Well, she actually picked up her dribble. It was slapped away. It allowed her to regain her dribble. And I'll tell you, if she can get Najee away from the basket like that, I think she's got the foot speed.
Whistle and a foul as the pass went into Agara.
See a lot of high ball screens for Paige Bueckers, and it puts you in a bind of how you defend that, because if you switch it, you're going to get a mismatch on the perimeter, and if you don't, she's so good at passing off of that ball screen as well.
Falls on Smiley, her first. Second team foul on Wayzata. Out of bounds, stays with Hopkins.
That one looked like it was off Maya Najee. They're fortunate for Hopkins. They're going to keep possession.
Contreras inbounds. Bueckers release and hits from the corner. The two-pointer for Bueckers. She's now got 6, and Hopkins has the lead at 10-9.
Well, what made that shot was not the shot itself. It was her footwork getting open. Great faking. Looked like they're going to throw it over the top to the middle and able to use that footwork to get open there. Beautiful job.
Down to Stewart. Turnaround up and in. Great shot by Stewart over Najee.
And I think if you're Hopkins, you'll live with that. Fading away like that, but still a very talented shot. You can see why she's going to Nebraska. She's got that great ability to beat you from the outside and also score inside.
Bueckers left wing takes Braun to the basket, now kicks it out. Woodson will take it up and gets fouled, and will shoot 2 from the line. Our first free throws of the night coming up.
Well, that's an example, I think, of how unselfish Paige Bueckers is. I thought she could have scored that one, and always just trying to look for her teammates. And sometimes she'll give up a good shot to try to get a teammate a great shot.
Woodson, a 68% free throw shooter on the season, hits the first one. Averaging 14.3 points per game, third leading scorer behind Bueckers and Najee.
And only a 9th grader. Played a lot as an 8th grader last year, and you can see a great size, 5'11", but strong too, and quick, athletic. She could be the next great player here at Hopkins. Full of a bunch of them, but she's remarkable.
Inbound comes to Braun. Teams trading baskets or points here the last few possessions. Drive, tough shot for Arnebeck. Got it up, though, and gets fouled.
That was a great move, a quick move, going baseline. And I'll tell you, Wayzata needs everyone to be aggressive. I think great defenses like Hopkins, they when you only have 1 or 2 scorers, they can really take that away because they're aggressive and their team defense is so good. But if you can attack them from all 5 spots, John, I think that's the way to do it. So nice move by Arnebeck. She's just got to knock those free throws down.
Fouls on Woodson, her first, team's 5th. Arnebeck gets the second. We're tied up. Contreras off to Bueckers. Behind the back, tough shot up and in.
Well, I don't know how you defend that better than Wayzata did there. That's just sometimes great offense beats great defense. That's what you want to do. You want to force players to take tough shots like that.
Wide open lane for Arnebeck to get to the basket and score.
Last 2 times down the floor, she's been really aggressive. Got to the free throw line, and that time able to get all the way to the basket.
I think that's what you need to do against Hopkins if you're going to beat them. Be aggressive without being careless, but don't be afraid to play against them.
And like this, in transition, you got to be able to attack them, as Jenna Johnson did there. Great job. They are so good in the half-court team defense that if you can get to them before they get set up, John, that's when I think you have your best shot. Last 2 times down, able to attack early and get good shots.
Drive and foul. And Woodson will head the line to shoot 2.
Both teams, I think, doing a great job of team scores. They're not sulking, they're not pouting. They're coming right back on the other end of the floor. Both teams attacking. Pretty high-level offense, I think, both ways early on.
Woodson missing the first one here. That last foul on Kraswinski, her second, so she'll come out.
What I think people don't realize, Hopkins gets a lot of attention, and rightfully so. They almost have a 40-point differential on the year. But this Wayzata team also, 23 points, almost 24 points a game differential. So very dominating performances as well by the Trojans. Sometimes it just gets overlooked when they're going against a team like Hopkins. Woodson
missing both free throws this time. Is that a chance to build on its lead here? Stewart's back into the game. Garra's right on top of her. Has to hand it off to Hay. Pull up in the lane. Not good. And Contreras has it for Hopkins. Woodson swings it around to Kike Adams. Left corner, Agar out. Bueckers with it, one dribble up and in.
Just that quick step gets that separation, and she's got such a pure jump shot.
Well, he's done a good job to get down to the floor, but Smiley misses in close. Bueckers kicks it out. Agara for 3 is good.
And that's what makes him so dangerous, John. In transition, Paige Bueckers able to get all the way into the paint. Could have finished herself. Instead, finds Adams, who's a deadly three-point shooter. Shooting almost 45% from 3, which is unheard of in high school basketball.
Lob down for catch. Johnson. A nice job to get to that ball. Can't finish. Second try, though, up and in.
Don't you love how hard she plays? That was a great one-handed catch. And then missed it, but fought for the rebound. Finishes on the other side. Love that footwork. You love her motor, too.
After a slow start, these teams have picked it up offensively. And the paint missed inside. Woodson gets it. That won't go after Agara had missed. And the Trojans have the basketball. Here comes Hay. Off for Smiley. Quick release, Braun in the corner for 3. Not good. Follows her shot and scores.
So rare. So many kids nowadays, they shoot and they start going back. You always taught to follow your own shot. She gets her miss. No hesitation, goes right back up. Trojans by 1. Got the makings of a good one here tonight, John.
Absolutely. Agara for 3. Not good. Here's Braun into the front court for Wayzata. Trojans lead it by 1. Just over 6 minutes to play in the first half.
Veteran play there by the sophomore Braun. Didn't have anything, didn't try to force it, pulled it out. Sets him up for a good look here.
Smiley missed in the open three. Stewart offensive rebound and put back.
We talked about it in the pregame. She's got to be huge tonight, literally on the boards. Defensively, she's grabbed a ton of rebounds that time. Great position. Caught it, goes right back up. She's had a great start to this game.
Bueckers for three. You know, some people are just good shooters, Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, and Paige Bueckers hits the three, and her head coach is here tonight in attendance. Her college head coach, I should say. One of the great coaches in the history of women's basketball. There's Gino Ariyama of Connecticut.
And you'd think he'd have a smile after seeing what he's seen here so far. His star recruit, I don't think, has hit the net on one of her shots, but what a wonderful coach. And he's got some clips where he talks about body language and attitude that I just think the world of. He's a true winner. Got my daughter a picture with him here before the game, and he couldn't have been nicer. So great to see him. Great to see the excitement, the exposure of Minnesota girls basketball.
Here's a look at some of what Paige Bueckers can do. This was a game we televised last month against Park Center. Look at it doing it at both ends. Gets the steal and then goes the other way and scores. Just has a variety of ways she can score, you know, driving.
Yeah.
Shoot from the corner, the outside, wherever, and seems to get it done. And probably why she was the #1 recruit this past year.
That was a great one-on-one battle of that game. But I'll tell you what greatness is, John. It doesn't matter what the defense does. You can adapt to it. You know, there's people that can only play one way or have one skill, and you show her the variety of which ways. She can shoot from the three if that's what she's given. She can drive and finish. She can pull up from mid-range. She can be a great playmaker. She can be a great defender. So she kind of can do anything. And her versatility, her length, her shooting ability, and just her basketball IQ is, I think, what makes her such a phenomenal player.
Bueckers has the basketball. Wayzata turns it over. Last time out, by the way, for Hopkins. Play Boyles into the game now for the Royals, #2. Contreras to Boyle. Nice move on the block to score around Stewart.
Well, they did a great job of spacing the court, 4 around 1, and that allowed Najee there to have a lot of space and operate one-on-one. And this is something I'd like to see Johnson, there you go, try to use her speed and go off the dribble if she can.
It's the shot, Najee rebounds. Contreras backs it off, hands it to Bueckers. Well, that pass, Bueckers cutting, Contreras threw the ball and right to the Wayzata bench. So turnover for Hopkins. Royals up by 2 here. Arnebeck skip pass across to Smiley, quickly to Braun. Thought about the shot, but Bueckers right on her. Johnson spinning to Smiley. Stewart a little bit short here. Another defensive rebound for Maya Najee.
It just looked like she might have rushed that a little bit. She's such a good shooter.
Oh, Bueckers adjusts nicely and scores. Excuse me, Ryan.
No, and that's great Euro step. Again, great defense by Braun, but just a great adjustment by Bueckers, able to knock down that shot. Again, variety of ways she can beat you.
Already 15 points in the game for Paige Bueckers.
And it's efficient, too. It's on, 8 shots. So it's not like it takes her 15 shots to get that. She's so efficient. James Harden should watch her play and learn a thing or two.
Stewart off to Johnson in the corner for a 3. Not good. Tapped out nicely by Braun to Stewart. Her shot might have gotten partially blocked. Johnson gets it. She attacks and scores.
What a possession. What a possession by Mara Braun. See her tap those out, almost like she was playing volleyball. Gets it right out to Johnson, who takes it in strong.
Jenna Johnson now with 10 points to lead Wayzata. Trojans back to within 2. Great first half of girls basketball tonight on CCX.
Well, it's kind of fun because all the big players are playing big, and you're seeing them all.
Bueckers trying to beat Braun and gets fouled.
I'll tell you what I love about Mara Braun, John, is she's not scared, and she's going just like she did last year. She's trying to defend Paige Bueckers as hard as she can. Look at that great tip out. And I think that's Jenna Johnson's game, is just attacking hard, using her length and her quickness. And this is one person you don't want to put on the free throw line either.
85% free throw shooter. Bueckers hits the first. She's second in free throw attempts on the team, behind Taylor Woodson. Second one crawls in. 17 points now for Bueckers. And the Royals lead by 4. She'll get a brief rest.
I like the black uniforms this year. What do you think?
Yeah, no, they're sharp. Mara Braun into the front court for Wayzata. Kept it close, had the lead briefly. Stewart for 3 hits. Stewart with 9 points. Trojans back to within 1.
Oh, she's been great tonight. She's 6'4". What a luxury to be able to step out like that. And that was a deep three-pointer.
Woodson to Boyle. Adams to Agara. Whistle and a foul on Stewart as Najee went to the floor.
Yeah, they're battling down there, and that's a tough assignment. 4-on-1, great spacing, and Annika Stewart fighting, trying to get over the top, not allowing that post feed to Najee, and got a little bit of contact.
Stewart's first foul, 16 fouls on Wayzata.
I'd say both teams doing a pretty good job of playing without fouling, but playing aggressive and hard, but not fouling.
Bueckers back in, took that pass, quick release 2, and knocks down another one.
I don't know what happened on that. It looked like it hit back rim a little bit. She normally just...
her shot was off.
Yeah, we got to work on that. But how do you defend it, right? It's a quick curl like that. She's got that quick release. It's really hard to defend.
Stewart will put up another 3 and connects again. Stewart with a dozen points. And we're tied at 30. That
great range, and if nothing else, it also just creates that defense zone. Before I can even get my point in, she's got another basket. This is fun, John, back and forth. I got to get quicker at my talking.
Johnson for Smiley. Stewart, why not another 3? 3 in a row for Annika Stewart.
Wow.
The Wayzata's in the lead.
Well, we had a power outage. I think Annika Stewart shot the lights out, literally.
Bueckers going to answer. No, not this time. This is on the rim, and it's rebounded by Braun.
Only difference there, she didn't quite create the separation that she normally does on her shot.
Johnson gets fouled by Adams. 6-team foul on Hopkins, so Wayzata not in the bonus yet.
Well, 9 points and 3 straight possessions for that young lady right there. Great drive and kick by Smiley, and you got to get out. And I'll tell you, it also brings Najee away from the basket. So it's just a tough matchup for any team.
Stewart gets the ball back after a turnover and handed off to Braun, who scores.
You like the fight so far with Wayzata. They're not backing down. And Annika Stewart's had a great first half. That time fighting for the ball, creates a turnover, and hits Mara Braun on the cut.
Bueckers will bring it out near half court with 45 seconds to go in the half. Bueckers one dribble, then gives to Contreras.
I think, if you're Wayzata, Hopkins averaging 87 points per game, so you got to be pretty pleased so far. 32 points in the first half. It's been more favor in their pace.
20 seconds to go. Looks like Hopkins will hold for a final shot here.
See if they can get Paige Bueckers running off some type of curl or ISO'd.
Under 10 to go. Into the hands of Bueckers with 5 seconds. Bueckers will drive out to Contreras, puts it up, and too strong. And Wayzata will go in at halftime, leading the number 1 team 35-32. Great run scoring late. Annika Stewart with 3 consecutive threes late in the half. has 15 points now, and the Trojans have the lead. We'll go down to the sideline now, and Ryan Iverson standing by with Mike Schumacher.
Coach, unbelievable first half, a lot of action, fun, back and forth. What'd you see?
I could hardly see it. It was happening so fast. It was end to end, and great crowd, great atmosphere. You know, we talk a lot about with the kids about, you know, the opportunity to play in atmospheres like this where it's just fun, it's exciting, it's good for the sport, it's just fun. It's good for the fans, it's good for everybody. Good for announcers.
Oh, it's great for announcers. What I love is all the big players are playing big tonight. You got Bueckers on that side doing her thing, but Annika Stewart got on fire there. Johnson playing great, Braun playing great, a lot of fun. What do you think has to happen here in the second half to win?
Well, at some point, the pace is going to settle and it's going to be a little more normalcy. And at that point, who's going to grind out possessions? Who's going to get key rebounds? I know it's cliche, but you know the little things are going to be the determining factor to this game. I don't think the big things, but I could be wrong.
Well, congrats on a fun first half. Good luck in the second half. Yep. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, JJ.
Thanks, Ryan. And we'll hear from Coach Brian Cosgriff of Hopkins before the start of the second half. It's Wayzata 35, Hopkins 32. More girls basketball on CCX coming up after this.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Wayzata leads Hopkins 35-32. High school girls basketball tonight on CCX. Well, the last time these teams played, it was here at Hopkins at the Lindbergh Center for the Section 6 4A championship in March of 2019. The third meeting between the Trojans and the Royals this last season. Wayzata scoring early, but Hopkins, Ryan, you were here that night,
Yep.
really was just the better team as they were against everybody last season when they went 32-0.
Well, the thing about them, John, is you can play them pretty evenly for 80% of the game, but it's that 2-minute burst where they'll go on a 12-0 run or something. And so far in this game tonight, we haven't seen that. Wayzata, I think, doing a great job of playing their game, not letting Hopkins dictate what's going to happen.
Here's the rankings right now in Class 4A. Hopkins number 1, as we've said, obviously, and Wayzata number 2, Rosemont at number 3, Farmington number 4, St. Michael Albertville, the Section 8 4A ranked 5th, and Centennial Park Center handed Wayzata its only loss at number 7. They've had a couple of losses in the last few weeks, dropped them down in the rankings. Stillwater number 8, Maple Grove, good team. They lost to STMA recently, though, and Chaska comes in at number 10.
Well, the thing that stands out to me, John, is how good the area we cover is in girls basketball. But two, I think Hopkins and Wayzata, very similar to last year, are far and away the top 2 teams. I know they lost to Park Center, but I think Wayzata is very, very good. And it's just unfortunate these two have to battle it out, you know, a couple times a year and then again in the section playoffs. But they're 2 very, very good teams, well coached. And like, Coach Schumacher just said, what a great atmosphere and just fun for the girls to be a part of and to play in and to play well in.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at first half highlights from this game. Then the second half of play. Wayzata Hopkins girls basketball continuing on CCX after this.
Hey! Okay.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
(35-32), Wayzata leads Hopkins. Halftime of our Lake Conference girls basketball matchup. Number 1 versus number 2 in the state in Class 4A. Ryan Iverson, let's look at some highlights from the first 18 minutes of play tonight. We mentioned the first 5 minutes very slow. It was a 4-2 game, but things picked up after that.
Yep, nice block that time by Najee. And again, like I said, I thought all the big-time players made pretty big-time plays. There's a great move. Driving to the basket by Taylor Woodson, and this is what she does so well. That little quick stutter step, creates some space, and then she had that mid-range game rolling.
Paige Bueckers getting to the basket and scoring. That time actually missed it in a handoff pass rather on that play. Najee able to score. Bueckers has been so good in this game, distributing the ball, getting it out for a 3. On that basket by Agara. And Bueckers would hit a 3. Bueckers again to the basket. Stewart, turnaround shot, and Stewart coming up big in this game with some baskets, including that one, and really started to hit from 3 late. Johnson able to get her points as well, and double-digit scoring for Wayzata. The lob into Stewart is able to score inside and outside. Great save on that play and getting the ball back out. Johnson to Braun for that 3. And Stewart putting the shot up and in. So great first half of basketball. 35-32, Wayzata leading Hopkins here at halftime. Let's go back courtside now. Ryan Iverson standing by with Brian Cosgrove.
There were a lot of fun there in the first half, back and forth. As a coach, what did you see that you liked and you didn't like?
Well, we gave way too many offensive boards. We got to do a better job, and then we weren't as aggressive as we needed to be defensively. I feel like they really played a good first half. I mean, sometimes you get a team on the wrong night, they can light you up, and they're doing that right now. So we got to play better this half.
All right, good luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, John.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Hopkins back out on the floor. Wayzata still in the locker room. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, reset, and be ready to go for the second half. More Wayzata Hopkins girls basketball on CCX in a moment.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Wayzata 35, Hopkins 32 as we get ready for the start of the second half. Leading scorers so far for Hopkins, Paige Bueckers with 21 points. Nobody else with more than 4. They've got 32. There you see the scores. Woodson and Najee 4 each. Stewart 15. Her last 9 coming on 3 3-pointers in consecutive possessions. Johnson with 10 and Braun with 7.
Yeah, the question is, number one, can Hopkins get a little bit more balance too? I think they're best when everyone's scoring at a pretty high and efficient level. And 2 is, can Wayzata sustain that level of offense? I thought they were darn near perfect, especially the last 5 or 6 minutes of the half there. And if they can, if Annika can stay hot and hit those shots from the perimeter and Jenna Johnson stays aggressive, this is going to be a game that's going to go down to the wire. A lot of fun so far.
And we're ready to go with the second half. Hopkins with the opening possession. Paige Bueckers, can she do any more than she did in that first half?
Well, she could have had 22 points.
Right. Pass down to the baseline, intercepted by Johnson. Pass intended for Bueckers. Turnover for the Royals. Open look, missing on the three. Braun. Najee with the rebound.
This is where you got to stop the ball. Stop the ball. Don't let her get in that deep.
Becker's able to give the pass off and release for the basket for Woodson.
And it sounds easy, but it's not. But you got to be able to stop her, pick her up early. Don't let her get down that deep.
Braun answers with a basket. She's got 9 in the game.
And she just stays aggressive, too. It doesn't matter if she just missed a shot. She's going to go right back at it. You know, the way Hopkins can really, really hurt you. It was a good job by Stewart fighting around there. But as if they can string together 4 or 5 straight possessions where they get a stop and you don't, and they score. And so far, Wayzata, Hopkins will get a basket, but they've been able to answer right away. And that's the key. Don't give up multiple possessions where you get nothing.
Johnson double team. Got it to Arnebeck. Stewart ahead to Braun. They break the press. Braun pull up. The elbow not good and rebounded by Bueckers. She'll go out to Contreras for 3, who hits. First points tonight for Elena Contreras. First bench points for either team tonight. And back the other way, Arnebeck unable to finish. Trying to answer with a layup. Woodson, front court. Contreras thought about it. Gives it to Bueckers. Tough shot in traffic, not good. Stewart had it knocked away by Najee. Last off Stewart apparently. It's going to be Hopkins basketball.
And that looked like it was off Paige Bueckers' leg. But Arnebeck does a nice job of running the floor, gets a good look. Just got to knock that layup down.
Attacking Woodson. The basket will shoot 2.
She's got that great first step for a 9th grader and for a girl that tall and that strong, but she's got that quickness, able to take the contact, still get the shot off.
Fouls on Mara Braun, her second.
What are those two?
Power coaches.
Yeah.
Lindsay Whalen here tonight, and has an eye on sure on some of these young players in the game, and she'd like to have in maroon and gold in a few years.
Hey, you wonder if Coach Ariyama is looking at any of the other players in this game for his program.
Right, not out of the question. He couldn't tell you. So a quick start to the second half, and then Johnson able to answer with a basket, and that's an important one for Wayzata.
Well, there's that high-low, and Jenna does such a good job. She works so hard before the pass comes, so when she catches it, she's already got you sealed, and she's got great position, and then she just knocks it down.
Bueckers in and out in the shot. There's Woodson rebounding. Too strong. Najee gets the offensive rebound.
Oh, good footwork.
She'll put it up and gets fouled by Stewart.
And those are, and you heard Coach Schumacher talk about it there at the halftime, is a rebound here or a rebound there. Those are rebounds Wayzata was getting in the first half. And that time, a little bit more energy. Najee goes after it hard, and great footwork, able to get to the free throw line.
Najee's first free throw up and good. Maya's a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Cousin Elvis plays in the boys basketball team here. Older brother Zeke really having an outstanding freshman year at the University of Arizona.
I was reading some articles this weekend about him potentially being a lottery pick and a mid to early first round pick. So he's certainly done a remarkable job.
Great defense by Contreras on Arnebeck, who does keep control of the ball. Krasinski missed the shot. There's Johnson following up. That won't go. Gets the offensive rebound, puts a shot up. That won't go. Stewart scores and is fouled. Wayzata persistent, able to finally put the ball in the hoop.
It looked like Arnebeck was in trouble there on that drive and somehow managed to get to the lane. And a great pass, got a good look there, and then watch the battle here. Great job by Jenna. Keeps it going, misses the easy one. I thought that might have been a foul, but Stewart just stays with it, gets the contact, and big time play.
And Stewart makes it. She's got 18 points. Foul was on Woodson, her second. Nobody really in foul trouble here tonight. Just over 15 minutes to play, second half. Wayzata led by 3 at halftime, leading by 1 right now. Ball comes to Najee, able to adjust and put it off the glass and in.
You can see she's got great hands too, able to almost tip it to herself.
And Bueckers comes and knocks it away from Johnson.
You know, and I feel like I always say it every year when we're doing a Hopkins game, but that's where you got a ball fake. You see Paige Bueckers flying over on the help side defense. If you can ball fake that and skip it, you're going to get an open look.
Johnson
nice.
Up and in.
Yep. Just a great body control, great pace. A couple of quick, hard dribbles, creates that space, and then just settles for a little 4-foot jumper. Great touch, too. That was a heck of a move.
Contreras explodes to the basket, scores, and is fouled.
Now Contreras averaging 5 points per game. This is going to be her 6th if she's able to make it, but just a great burst there. They were setting up the pick and roll, and Smiley almost giving her that baseline, and she ripped it through. Took some contact and able to finish here for a 3-point opportunity.
Gets it, and it's a 2-point Hopkins lead. They have made all 5 of their free throws here in the second half, and 9 of 11 in the game. Krzyzewski. Johnson, a dribble, Smiley. Out of Braun and back out to Stewart. Lobbing it down low for Johnson. Getting up to knock it away was Agara. Here's Braun, a little floater up and in.
That was great offense. You see the skip pass that time. Paige Bueckers was closing out, but just a quick, decisive move by Maya Braun.
Woodson gets 3 and scores.
Yep.
She's got 6 here in the second half and 10 in the game.
You can see a little bit more balance here in the second half. And that time, Mara Braun went for the steal, and she didn't get it, and that allowed an easy look.
Stewart in traffic, traveled. Good defense by Bueckers and Agara around her and forced her into steps.
And that's where I think if you could, you want Annika Stewart to say, hey, I'm 6'4", I'm going to just go up. If you get blocked, so be it. But that time played a little too quick there, moved her feet. Nice job swarming the ball there by Hopkins.
(48-46). Royals with the 2-point lead in the basketball. 13.5 minutes to go tonight in the second half from the Lindbergh Center. Top 2 teams in the state in Minnesota in Class 4A. Baseline drive, nice great pass, Najee to Woodson.
That is so impressive by Maya Najee. She's driving the baseline with her head up, and then the wherewithal by Woodson to make that great cut, gets an easy layup.
Hay for 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Bueckers. Outlet to Contreras. Takes it to the basket. Not good. And Johnson with the rebound for Wayzata. Back come the Trojans. Johnson will attack herself, and a block and a foul called on Agara.
Well, that's a luxury when you have Jenna Johnson, who's able to secure the rebound defensively and doesn't pause, just takes it and goes, kind of creates her own fast break. And you can see she's athletic enough and handles the ball well enough to do that.
Just the third free throw attempt, fourth of the night for Wayzata. They're 2 out of 4 now. One more coming for Johnson.
And you get a sense that Hopkins might be on the start of a little bit of run here. We're seeing them run a little bit more, getting good shots. Wayzata has got a couple possessions without scoring, so you're kind of in that careful mode right now.
Contreras and a basket for Najee, and she's fouled. Great pass, Contreras. Najee coming through with the hoop.
She's got great timing, John. Watch her secure this, but watch this little pause and step through right there. And great post players, too. You know how to draw contact and still get the shot off. And she plays strong, too. And keep in mind, only a sophomore.
Well, the official saying something to Maya, I think to the effect of, don't talk too much after your basket at the opponent. You got the message. Makes the free throw, and she's really played well here in the second half offensively and get her team some separation here. 7-point lead, biggest of the night for Hopkins.
You can hear the Hopkins crowd starting to get involved here as well.
Johnson shot won't go. Rebounded by Bueckers. To the wing, Contreras for 3, and rattles it in. Timeout, Wayzata. That's a 10-point lead for Hopkins.
Well, this is one of those spurts where you get multiple possessions. No points for Wayzata. And transition 3 here. Good push by Bueckers. And we talked about balance, I think, at halftime. And you see Contreras having a big second half. We've seen Maya Naji with a couple of big moves. Taylor Woodson scoring. So more Royals players getting involved. And they've gotten off to a nice spurt here. They had 32 at half, John. They already got 24 with 12 minutes left to play.
Last time each of these teams lost, well, for Wayzata, it was only just a month ago or so against Park Center 5 weeks ago, losing to the Pirates 71-62. For Hopkins, you got to go back to the state championship game in 2018. Upset by Eastview in the state 4A final. That was a team that Hopkins thought, much like the year before that, thought they could win state. I mean, they had those runner-up finishes back to back to back, and then finally breaking through with the state championship last year. And
remember, the narrative, John, was they couldn't win the big one. I mean, and that seems like that was so long ago. Of course, 47 straight wins. I'll tell you what, when you got a lot of talent, that's great, but to do it consistently, and then when you do get to the top, everyone's, they're coming for you. You're getting everyone's best effort.
You saw that graphic with how great these teams have been the last few seasons, especially. Great transition basket there, and Braun with the finish as they're able to break the pressure, and a much-needed basket for Wayzata. How about Contreras? 9 points here in the second half. Only averages 5 points a game. Up and in off the glass is Naji on the block, able to score again.
That was a tough shot. That's over Annika Stewart, and a kind of a goofy angle too. Got the backboard. That was a nice move. And this is what I think makes them so dominant, is they just have so much depth and balance. We saw first half Paige Bueckers doing what a great player does. Her offense was struggling. She took it upon herself. 21 first half points. Here in the second half, I don't know, has she scored in the second half? Paige? I don't believe so. And yet you see
no points in the second half.
5 or 6 assists. You've seen her teammates step it up. So just great balance.
Stewart for 3. Hit 3 of them late in the first half. Can't get this one to go. Hay rebounds off to Braun, who drives. Can't finish. Naji rebounds. He's going to be in double digits for rebounds tonight.
Yeah.
Bueckers attacking. A little scoop shot. Wouldn't go. And rebounded by Johnson. Lead pass ahead, and Contreras steps in front of Krasinski to get the steal. Off to Bueckers for 3. Comes up short, rebounded by Braun.
Yeah, you got to love the way Contreras is playing in the second half. A couple of great passes, too. She gets Paige Bueckers a wide open look. That's one that she's not going to miss too often when she's in rhythm like that.
Shot by Stewart, got tipped out of bounds. Wayzata basketball. Trojans fans and Coach Mike Schumacher especially thought that wasn't just a tipped ball, that was a foul on my shooter. Here's a steal off the inbound. Woodson all the way, can't get it to finish. And Johnson rebounds to Braun, ahead, up and in. How about that answer by Wayzata? And a big swing there.
Yep.
Instead of a 12-point game, it's an 8-point game.
Well, I'll tell you, the thing, too, is Mara Braun has speed. You can see her getting up and down the court. And there's no hesitation, too. When she gets that ball, she's attacking the basket.
Woodson short on the shot, out of bounds. Agara back in for Hopkins, and Arnebeck for Wayzata. Trojans with the basketball. They had the lead at halftime, and now trailing by 8. Slashing Braun, and a good look by Johnson to find Mara Braun, who's got 10 second half points and now 17 in the game, and the lead is down to 6 for Hopkins.
Yeah, nice little answer here by Wayzata. Looked like Hopkins starting to pull away, but a couple big Braun buckets, really nice.
Adams looking for her first points tonight, gets fouled, will have a chance to do it from the free throw line. Fouls on Hay, her first.
I think when Wayzata plays through Jenna Johnson in the post, good things are generally always going to happen, whether it's her scoring or like that last play, her with her head up hitting a teammate cutting.
First free throw up and in for the senior. Second one also good. Margin again 8 for Hopkins. Great play and a steal by Agara. She has really played some good defense tonight. Now trying to hit her second three of the game. Can't. There's a rebound for Naji and one again.
She played big here in the second half or what? Offensive rebounds, multiple three-point play opportunities, and great strength. And remember, she's only a sophomore too. 15 points. She's probably got close to 15 rebounds tonight too. Just been dominant on the inside.
A dozen second half points for Naji. Now it's 16 in the game.
You know, that's one of those, I think, if you're Wayzata, if you're going to foul, go all the way, make sure she can't get the make as well.
Harna back into the front court, hands off to Stewart. 11-point margin is the biggest of the game here for Wayzata. Lob pass intended for Johnson, but over her head and out of bounds.
Well, ball pressure can do that. Post entries passes are tough, especially when you got ball pressure right in your face. I thought Wayzata did a remarkable job, John, in the first half of not turning the ball over. Here in the second half, we started to see a little bit more that pressure defense kind of agitating them and causing a couple more turnovers.
Under 9 minutes to go in the second half. Here's Adams for three. Not good.
Boy.
Great offensive rebound. Boy, how did Agara get up for that one? And she did, and then able to put it into the basket.
That was unreal athleticism there. Great length.
Tough shot in traffic, but around and down and falls for Braun.
And good use of the left hand there. In traffic against size, able to extend with that left hand and get the bucket.
Bueckers pull-up shot, not good. And a rebound for Johnson. Off on the wing, Braun for three. 22 for Braun, timeout. Wayzata pulls back to within 8.
She's been great tonight. Jenna Johnson again in transition. Was that Johnson that was bringing the ball up? I believe it was. And Braun steps right into it, into rhythm, able to knock it down.
These are the players that really Wayzata counts on for a lot of their offense. Johnson, Stewart, and Braun. And you see their point per game averages. Far and away their top three scorers, and they've all had their moments certainly tonight in this game.
Well, and I also think too, Mara Braun is a really good scorer, as we've seen tonight, but she has to play point guard a lot for this team, so kind of more of a distributor and running the offense. But you can see tonight when they've needed her scoring, she's been able up to the task too, and doing it in a variety of ways, slashing, transition, and hitting from three as well.
Braun with 22 points tonight, Stewart with 18, Johnson with 14. 16 for Naji on the Hopkins side. Woodson with a dozen, and Bueckers with 21 all in the first half. Contreras with 9 in the second half. Bueckers missing on a three from the corner. Offensive rebound, and Gar got pushed. Hopkins will keep possession, and that's a 7th team foul on Wayzata, so it's 1-1. A foul on Stewart is her third.
And I think offensive rebounding here in the second half has been a big difference. Hopkins really doing a nice job attacking that, but Nunu Agara, those last two offensive rebounds have been absolutely phenomenal.
And I think a player that really gets overlooked because you've got Woodson and Naji and Bueckers, but she's definitely got some talent.
Only a 9th grader, so you have a feeling her role next year, it will really be more significant, but getting great minutes and experience playing this year and kind of under the radar there, but you can see how long those arms were when she went back, grabbed that offensive rebound.
Slashing as Johnson scored, and a foul on Woodson. That'll be Woodson's third. Jenna Johnson with her third basket in the second half.
A great job again, kind of boxing out there, catches at the high post. And you can see her, look at her rip through. You see her bring that ball up, through traffic there, and extends and able to fit.
Free throw up and in for Johnson. 67-60. 7.5 minutes to go, second half.
Wayzata hanging around, right? It looked like Hopkins may start running away with this, but Wayzata with some answers here.
No hesitation, Agar offensive foul. Good defense by Johnson. That's 3 on Agar now. 4 players, 2 on each side with 3 personal fouls in the game with just over 7 minutes to play.
Yeah, nice job. Johnson guarding Woodson that time, able to step in, not worried about Woodson hitting that 3, able to be in a great help defensive position and takes the charge.
Johnson puts it on the deck, driving on Naji, and able to draw the foul. That's Naji's third.
And you can see the quick first step by Jenna Johnson, John. She's just got it and ripped and got just a half a step or so on Naji and kind of went right into the body of her, and I think that's where they got the contact from.
Second one, her first one not coach, so she is 1 for 4. Hopkins has missed Amaya Battle. She is missing her 10th straight game tonight. Sophomore's been out with a stress fracture in her back. Been cleared to practice starting tomorrow, and they hope to have her in the lineup on Friday. So they're even better when Amaya Battle's in the lineup. A sophomore is another potential D1 recruit.
Yeah, that's scary. She's athletic, tough, played a big role last year also. So she's, when they get her back, they're only going to be better.
Naji, tough shot, couldn't get it to go. Here's Braun into the front court for Wayzata. Bueckers on her. Stewart lost it, able to pick it back up. Braun hustles down the loose ball, puts the shot up, not good. Johnson with Braun with it. Now Johnson to Stewart for 3. Short, off a hand, and Bueckers corrals the loose ball. Bueckers pass, and a foul, and Woodson will go to the line. It's a great feed from Bueckers, set her teammate up for free throws here.
Well, great effort by Braun that time to keep the possession alive for Wayzata. But I'll tell you the thing that really stood out is Taylor Woodson does a great job. She sees Paige Bueckers with that ball, how hard she ran the floor there, and she got rewarded with a great pass and a chance here to go to the free throw line. But when you play with a great playmaker who will give you the ball, you want to run hard and get down there because you know you have a chance of getting the ball. And nice job by Woodson there, sprinting the floor.
Woodson's made all 3 of her free throws here in the second half. Connects again. Lead is 8. Braun able to get it to the front court. Yep. Johnson finds Stewart open on the backside for the basket.
Well, great patience by Johnson that time, waiting for it, and a nice job by Stewart just running right to the rim and able to get an easy layup.
Monica Stewart, 20 points in the game, 69-63. Under 6 to play. Bueckers to Naji in traffic, and she'll go to the line. A lot of free throws here in the second half, especially for Hopkins.
Well, remember that first half, neither team in the bonus till about little over 2 minutes left. Here we got both teams now in the bonus the rest of the way. Hopkins will be shooting 2 from here on out.
That's Johnson's 3rd personal foul.
Well, Naji's got that nice touch too. Very good, pretty good free throw shooter.
Yeah, over 70% on the season coming in.
And when you're young like that and a post player, you're going to get lots of opportunities. And being able to shoot in that 70s, even low 80s, is you got to make teams pay the price for fouling you.
And she has made all 6 of her free throws in the game, all in the second half. Braun not looking, and the pass from Arnebeck sails behind her. Turnover, Wayzata. .540 to go. Ball in the hands of Paige Bueckers. Najee back out, Contreras, and then back out to Bueckers. Najee, and a good steal. Arnebeck coming from the backside, able to get to the ball. Smiley drives off to Stewart, not good. Gets another try. That's too strong. Missed opportunity and close there for the Trojans, and they need points on all these possessions here. Bueckers rips it through, off the glass and in.
Well, nice job stepping through there. A little patient, a little hesitation. She steps through it, found herself wide open, and also the bank still open this late at night.
A reminder of our play of the week on CCX. Each week, top 4 plays from the past week in local prep sports are up on our website for you to vote on. Go to CCX Play of the Week under the Sports tab on our website, ccxmedia.org. It's brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. These teams will play again at Wayzata next month, and recent history is any indication, very likely again in the section playoffs. Upcoming on CCX, so the Lake Conference boys hockey game on Thursday night from the Plymouth Ice Center. The Wayzata Trojans taking on the #1 team in boys hockey, Eden Prairie in Class AA. Friday night, gymnastics, Maple Grove hosting Champlin Park. Northwest Suburban Conference hockey on Saturday night for the Champlin Ice Forum as Champlin Park hosts Tina Grace. And then a doubleheader in girls and boys basketball, Greek District 279 rivals Maple Grove and Osseo playing in a doubleheader next Tuesday at Osseo. We'll have those games live for you on CCX.
See the Maple Grove girls basketball team here scouting and watching. But I always like those Osseo Maple Grove doubleheaders. Those are always fun.
Auditor. So a 10-point game, the last time out by Hopkins. Shot, and Najee gets called for the foul, and Johnson will go to the line.
Great spin move that time by Jenna Johnson. That's a she's a hard player to defend from the three-point line all the way to the basket. Just with her length and her strength, and also her quickness for someone that is that tall.
First free throw up and in. 19 now for Jenna Johnson in the game. Got them both. That last foul is on Maya Najee. It's her 4th. 73-65 Hopkins. We close it on 4.5 minutes to go. Quick move. And then a terrific pass. Bueckers going to the basket, and then Agara comes through and scores.
What I love about that is, she struggled a little bit in the second half as far as making some shots. Nice pass, nice finish by Stewart.
Great pass, and Stewart with the basket.
But Paige Bueckers could have scored that layup easily, try to get her numbers up instead. Rather get her teammate a nice, easy shot. Beautiful assist.
Here's Braun. Johnson, corner 3, it's good!
Again, just when it seems like Hopkins might be pulling away. 5 quick points for Wayzata. They cut it back down to 5. 3:40 left. This is a ball game still, JJ.
Johnson averaging about 23 a game, has 23 now. Here's Bueckers with the basket. No, offensive foul on Paige Bueckers. Johnson draws the charge.
Nice job stepping in there, Jenna Johnson. Those are always tricky. The player leaves their feet, you slide in underneath. That's a tough call. Tell the Hopkins fans don't appreciate it, but great effort by Jenna Johnson, a smart play.
Wayzata with the basketball, down by 5, 3.5 minutes to go here at the Lindbergh Center. Biggest test of the season so far tonight on Hopkins. Stewart, now she's right on her. Terrific feed down low to Johnson for another basket.
Great patience by Annika Stewart that time, not forcing it, allowing that back door to come, and Jenna Johnson, smart, cut to the baseline and able to finish. We got a one-possession game here.
Johnson has her team's last 7 points, 75-72. Under 3 to go.
Big players usually make big plays in big games. This is a big-time play, big-time moment right now. We'll see who can step up.
.240 to go. Najee, leave her alone out there past the 3-point arc. He's not going to be baited into that, and hands off to Contreras.
See Hopkins, Hopkins doing a nice job spacing the court. And they're going to force Wayzata to guard the whole entire half court. A lot of times that'll end up with a Paige Bueckers getting good spacing.
And you get players that can handle the ball. You can take some time here.
Yep.
Unless you get a good look inside, which they did. Bueckers finds Najee.
Well, Najee, great job just slipping through there, the defenders, and able to get the basket. Another assist, too, for Paige Bueckers.
Baseline drive. Arnebeck into the hands of Stewart. Down low, Kraswinski. Can't get the basket, but she will go to the line. Try to score her first points of the night.
Kraswinski, nice job. Nice cut. Good hands catching it. 2 big free throws here. You want to try to keep that to 1 possession.
That foul was on Agara. That's her 4th foul. Kraswinski to the line for the first time tonight. Rattles it home. 77-73.
Interesting to see what Wayzata does defensively. Do they pick up full court? They get a timeout maybe after a made free throw here. Try to get something set up defensively.
Second one also good. Timeout on the floor. The minute 45 to go. It's a 3-point game.
But I think either way, both of these coaches are going to leave this game, win or lose, feeling good, because I think if you're Hopkins, you want a close game. You want a little pressure. You know, we talked about their average margin of victory this year is 40 points. So having some pressure and some end-of-game situations is only going to make them better. And if you're Wayzata, you're going to leave here, hey, we can play with them. We gave ourselves a chance to win. So I think this has just been a great game for both teams.
Next meeting between these teams, Friday, February 14th at Wayzata.
We got it on CCX?
We don't have that one. We do have each of these teams against St. Michael Albertville next month coming up.
That'll be good too. Yeah, you got 3 teams in that conference in the top 5 rankings in the state of Minnesota. So high-level basketball being played.
Here we go with a minute 40 to go. Contreras into the hands of Paige Bueckers. Down low, and Najee basket and a foul. Another and one opportunity for the big sophomore.
I'll tell you, great design play out of that timeout by Coach Cosgriff. Went with a double high post there for a quick pick and roll. That pick and roll with Paige Bueckers and Maya Najee has been there all night long. That's her 3rd 3-point play of the second half, too. Big basket.
19 points in the second half for Maya Najee and 23 for the game. 80-74 with a minute 32 to go. Each team now with 2 timeouts remaining.
When you got to remember 2 things, John, is that Hopkins had 32 points at halftime, so they've almost put up 50 here in the second half. And number 2 is Paige Bueckers had 21 of those 32, so it was not very balanced. You flip it around, almost 50 points, and a number of players in the second half for Hopkins doing their job and putting up points.
Bueckers only 2 points in the second half, but she's doing it another way.
I was going to say, she's probably got 8 to 10 assists alone in the second half. You know, and again, and we talk about her greatness a lot in a lot of the broadcasts, but it's not always just scoring. And I hope young people that are watching this game that want to always score 30 and 40 points. It's not about scoring. It's about winning, and it's about doing whatever your team needs to win. And rarely do you see her shot off as much as it is here in the second half, but she's found other ways to impact the game and help her team win.
.92 seconds to go. Still a 2-possession game, though. Wayzata's got a shot. Their backs a little against the wall here in the final minute plus. Arnebeck into the hands of Stewart. Couple of dribbles, hands it off to Braun. Strong defense by Hopkins to start this possession. Skip pass across. Here's Smiley for a three. Not good. That would have been big, and instead it's Contreras rebounding, and he gets it to Bueckers. Into the front court to Woodson, who draws the foul.
Yeah, they got a good look. That's a shot. Smiley, very capable three-point shooter. Got a good look. It looked good, just rimmed out. Taylor Woodson with 14 points, 6 for 8 from the free throw line. She's going to be shooting 2.
And it is a 2-shot foul. Players thought it was a 1-on-1, but they are in the double bonus, so one more coming now for the freshman. Second one is good, and now it's a 3-possession game. 81-74 with under a minute to go. And almost a steal for Agara. .52 seconds left. Inbound to Braun.
Ooh, that was close to being an over and back there.
Ball tipped. And a steal for Contreras. And a layup.
How good has she been, John, in the second half? Just a great ball of energy. Scoring defensively that time. Great speed.
Into Johnson, up and one. Najee will foul out on that play.
That was a great catch and gather by Johnson in traffic like that. Not an easy thing to do. Took the contact, able to finish, and she's had herself a game too.
Najee will foul out with 23 points.
No, I
17 second half points here for Johnson.
They gave the foul, I believe, to Nunu Agara, and she fouled out. They're keeping Najee still in the game.
No, you're right. Yep. So it is Agara rather than Najee. Picks up the foul. Johnson at their 28th point. 2-possession game, but Hopkins, they can knock down their free throws, will be able to seal this one.
Well, and another thing too for Hopkins is they do play with the lead so often that if you do get in this situation where you do have to foul, they are a pretty good free throw shooting team, and obviously Paige Bueckers is a phenomenal free throw shooter, and those come into play. Those are the differences between winning and losing a lot of games. We've seen Wayzata miss a few free throws here tonight. That this could be a different game if those free throws were made. Hopkins doing a nice job here knocking their free throws down.
One more coming for the senior. Went over 2,600 career points in the first half. Now it's 25 in the game. 8-point game. Braun to Stewart for 3. Not good this time, and rebounded by Bueckers, and she's fouled again.
Well, got a good look. And Annika Stewart, those are shots she knocked down in the first half. And, you know, I thought Coach Cosgriff said it really nicely at halftime. He's like, I thought Wayzata played really, really well in the second half, or the first half. And the question was, would they be able to sustain that? And, you know, a lot of credit to the Trojans. I thought they battled tonight. I thought they did a lot of things really, really well. You just almost have to play a perfect game, I think, John, to have a chance to beat Hopkins.
Johnson fouls out with 28 points. Kiefer open in for Bueckers. Five for 5 from the line tonight. See why she's shooting now over 85% on the season. 10-point game, 17 seconds left. Braun, drive, off the glass, not good. Stewart and it knocked away, out of bounds. Wayzata basketball, 5.6 seconds to go. Hay will inbound. Braun for 3, not good. Bueckers the final rebound, and that will do it. The Hopkins Royals win their 16th in a row, 48th in a row overall over 2 seasons. And it's 87-77. Hopkins wins by 10, but Wayzata really pushed them tonight, Ryan.
They really did. I think, like I said during the game, both teams I think are going to walk away with us getting something out of the game. If you're Wayzata, hey, we can do this. We saw what works. We saw that we can score. We can compete with these guys. And if you're Hopkins, hey, we got tested and you still rose above it. Maybe you didn't play your best game, but you still managed to beat the number 2 team in the state by 10 points.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll hear from a couple of the winning Royals players in a moment. We've been watching coverage of Hopkins Wayzata Lake Conference girls basketball on CCX.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that.
(87-77) the final. Hopkins defeats Wayzata. Ryan Iverson standing by with 2 Hopkins players.
All right, I'm with 2 of the victorious Hopkins Royals here tonight. I'll start with Maya Naji. Maya, huge second half there, multiple 3-point plays. How were you able to be successful there in the second half?
Just getting inside position and staying strong and staying on balance to finish is definitely my biggest thing. Like, I work on that, finishing through contact and staying focused, so yeah.
A lot of those points came in a high pick and roll with a certain player. You two seem to have a nice timing, nice rhythm on that. How effective was that pick and roll?
Yeah, we're like John Stockton and Karl Malone. Like, it's all night. If you stop me, Paige's going to be open. If you stop Paige, I'm going to be open. And we're going to find our other plays on the wings too, so yeah.
You guys down 2 at halftime, a situation you're not used to being in. What was the talk there at halftime? And what do you think the difference was in the second half?
I feel like we're built for this. Our team, we play in front of big crowds all the time. We prepare like no other team. Like, we work the hardest in the state. And so we just know, like, we have our faith in what we've done already, so we prepare for this. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on a big game. Good job. Over here with Paige Bueckers, what'd you think of tonight?
Well, first of all, I would like to give a huge shout out to Elena Contreras. I would give her the game ball. I mean, she played the game of her life, and I've been pushing on her. I've been getting on her hard at practice, and me and her, we stay after and get shots up. So I'm just really proud of her, and she's worked really hard for this, and I just wanted to give a shout out to her for.
She was a big spark there in the second half. You had 21 in the first half. Struggled, I think, for you in your jump shot in the second half. But what I thought is you did a great job. I bet you had 12 assists in the second half. How do you feel what your team needs every single night, whether it's scoring or playmaking?
Well, yeah, in the first half I couldn't miss, so I knew in the second half that I was probably going to cool down a bit. But that's the thing about our team. If we have a bunch of players who can get a hot hand, and I know that as a point guard, I got to distribute the ball and make my teammates better, and I took pride in that in the second half because my shot wasn't falling, and I tried not to get too upset with that and just get everybody else involved.
I think, too, for you guys, I said, even though you probably aren't thrilled with how you guys played, but you got tested. You got game situations, end-of-game stuff. How important was that for you guys to have a closer game?
Yeah, no, it's really important for us. I mean, the closest game after this would be 18 points. So I've been asking for a close game for a while now. I'd prefer the blowout, but it makes us learn a lot, and we're going to learn a lot from film, and it definitely gets us ready for March and keep going.
And the other thing, too, how fun to have some other great players to play with. You know, Maya Najee had that great game. Contreras had some big baskets. You got a lot of talent. How fun is that for you as a point guard to get those girls involved?
I mean, that's my favorite part about this game. I love my teammates, and I love my coaching staff. I just love my whole team, and they stepped up big, and they do it day in and day out. Obviously, I was hot in the first half, but they stepped up for me in the second half, and I was getting the ball. They were making shots. I mean, can't get assists if your teammate doesn't make the shot, so.
And Coach Gino here to watch. How was that?
It's good. Good seeing my guy up there. I mean, he surprised me. I didn't know he was coming, so it's really
pretty cool. Well, congrats on a great game. All right, back to you, John.
All right, thanks very much. Thanks to Maya Najee and Paige Bueckers for taking time with us here in the post game, and a great win for Hopkins. Trailed by 3 at halftime, 35-32. They come up in the second half and put up 55 points and win it by 10 over the number 2 team in the state in Class 4A, Wayzata, 87-77. Terrific game, terrific broadcast. Hope you've enjoyed it tonight here on CCX1. That will do it for our telecast, and for Ryan Iverson and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in for our coverage of high school girls basketball.